Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Yeah, quite neutral price action today. Solana's still stuck in this sideways correction that we talked about, that we have been talking about now for a couple of weeks or so. Actually, this correction started in November, middle of November, so it's already like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. That's exactly what we talked about, right? We did say that, okay, if this is really a wave 4 correction, typically we would expect it to be roughly the same length as the wave 2. Now, if we simply take a box rectangle, let's just say, okay, let's see, this is the length of that wave 2 correction, okay? Started in July, ended some point in September. Now, let's see where we are now. We are not even, or maybe just sort of halfway through, 40% time-wise. Now, it's not a rule that the wave 4 has to take the same length as the wave 2, so that they are both wave 4 and 2 the same length. But it's a bit of a guideline, and it's all about duration, because we want a healthy wave 4. Now, hopefully that comment that I made already weeks ago about the duration prepared you for a bit of a boring sideways mess, and we see that right now. I also mentioned to you that if a wave 2 is sharp, the wave 4 is often just a sideways correction. Also, that is what we currently observe. The wave 4 rather moves sideways. The subdivisions aren't entirely clear. They were much clearer down here. I remember that. Yeah, it guided us directly into the target down here, and we're still waiting for lower prices, lower prices, lower prices. It was quite clear, whereas here we're dealing with a so-called sideways correction. Now, they can take different shapes. We can get the so-called flat structures, an expanded or running flat or even regular flat, or a triangle. Now, they are just, to keep it very simple, already just 4 different patterns. So it can take already easily 4 different patterns, but there are more possibilities. I mean, nobody says it needs to be a sideways correction. At the moment, it looks like one, but what characterizes a sideways correction? Well, as the name suggests, basically just rather correction over time than over price. So it's more like, again, sideways, but also that means more specifically that we're dealing with some fake outs, ambiguous structures in the short term, okay? And that's no surprise. That's just what a wave 4 is like, right? And more detailed wave counting doesn't make it clearer. Well, we do the micro counting, but we just need to be prepared that we will have to change the micro count more frequently. For example, when we deal with an impulse, the question is just, okay, how long is it going to be? Is it going to be a long one or an extra long one, especially in crypto? So is it very much extended? How much extended is it? How long does it take? Whereas here in these corrections, the question is more about, right, is it a flat structure, a zigzag, a triangle, a double zigzag, a triple zigzag? There are so many different corrective structures, but we cannot answer these questions until, let's say, late in the correction. Therefore, it makes sense to just focus on the question of what is support. And support is very clearly defined. Support goes all the way down to $34.40. And an ideal support level for the wave 4 is at $40.48. That's the 38.2 retracement. And a shallow wave 4 would only reach the 23.6 fib level at $49.50. Again, it's support. It's not necessarily a target. Most frequently, a wave 4 would reach the 38.2 retracement. Yeah, indeed. But it's not a must. And to be honest, we can only calculate a target once we have an A wave completed, which we likely have. Once we have a B wave completed, which we haven't got probably because the B wave is still unfolding. It's also a bit ambiguous. And then when we have the first 5 wave move to the downside, breaking below initial support, we can say the C wave has started. Then we can calculate a target. Now, looking really at the detailed wave count, the micro count, it seems as if, as I said, the A wave was completed. Because the A wave is a 3 wave move, as you can clearly see, we have to be prepared for a large B wave. So, or let's say an extended B wave, an overshooting B wave potentially. And that just means we have to be prepared for a high B wave, okay? And that's why I added resistance here that goes all the way up to $76, which means this B wave could, without a problem, extend further, go much higher if it needs to. At the moment, however, as you can see there, price action is fairly neutral. It definitely looks corrective. It doesn't look like we've completed the correction yet. It seems like we're still in the correction. And the relevant resistances are $66.11, $68.30, and then $76.14. And it seems as if this B wave is still unfolding. And within the B wave, we have a WXY structure, and we're likely now in the Y wave. And this is where really micro counting, nano counting starts, which isn't so helpful in terms of predicting, but it just gives you an idea where we might be. So we've got an A wave to the upside here within wave Y. This here could still be the ongoing B wave. We haven't broken the key level yet to suggest the wave C has started. So this might still be a wave B as a WXY structure. And then the C wave could take the overall B wave a little higher. Now, when can we say that this C wave here has started? Well, it would take a break initially above $64.50, or it's actually $64.55, to suggest that this smaller degree B wave within wave Y has ended and that this C wave has started. If we now take the Fibonacci extensions and measure the length of the wave W, we go to the low of the X wave. That gives us a target for the Y wave, and that's the 100% extension level at $71.20. It is just one level to watch, around $71, okay? We can also measure the length of the A wave, but then I haven't got a confirmed low in wave B. But that would give me, based on the latest low, the level to watch at $69.50 next. So there's just a few levels to watch. I mean, overall, the B waves are very unpredictable. So we just need to be a bit flexible here. That's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. You can find the link in the video description, and there you find additional content every single day. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.